Today's topic, the fear of what might happen. Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you up-level what we call the 5 to Thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and of course, your business. Now, the fear of what might happen. I don't know about you, but I have definitely been in a situation where I've feared what could happen, right? Rather than focusing on the here and now and the possibilities. Now, one such example is an example where they did a study where they surveyed people. And when they were surveying them, they said, hey, look, if I lay a 20-foot plank, like a 2x4, across a room, could you walk across it? And most all of those that were asked said, yeah, sure, I can make it confidently across this 20-foot plank. And then when they were asked, hey, if I put this 20-foot plank between two buildings, 10 stories or 100 feet high in the air, now could you do it confidently? And most of them said no. Now, the example of this, or this example, and it's occurred in my life, and I'm guessing it's occurred in yours as well, is that we fear things that might happen, that could happen, right? We're still talking about the same 20-foot plank. The difference is the confidence level goes down because you have this assumption of risk, right? You start to think, oh my gosh, if I walk across this plank on the floor and I fall off, no big deal. But what if I'm 100 feet up in the air and I fall and I'll die and I'll crack my head and all these bad things will happen? Well, this same thing applies to all areas of our 5 to Thrive, right? Our mind, our body, our soul, relationships, and business. And so what I'm going to ask you is to think about this in all 5 areas. Where are you putting the fear of what could happen and allowing that to stop you from doing the things that you want to do? Right? So are you not doing a Spartan race or something for your body because you're worried that you're too old, not in shape, whatever it may be? Or are you not taking the leap and starting that business because you're worried about the risk, or hiring that coach or taking that program because the investment, I don't know, maybe it's too much. I hear these fears all the time. I not only coach entrepreneurs and business owners, but I also coach the coaches that coach them. Most of my clients are either business owners or coaches. And even with the coaches who have high levels of training, they still go through this, as do I. So I'm going to invite you to the possibility that you might be doing this, and the possibility that you're doing this in all the areas of your 5 to Thrive. So what I want you to do is grab your journal, write out your 5 to Thrive, and look at that and say, where are you putting fear or fear of what could happen? And that's letting that as an excuse limit you from moving forward. And once you've identified that, then look at, say, what's the worst thing that could really happen? And what if the actual outcome was lessened, right? So what if you took whatever that outcome is and it's 100 feet up and brought that to the floor, so to speak? Right? In the area of your business, right? You're thinking about, launching a new company and maybe you haven't launched one before. What's the worst that could happen? What's the first steps that you could take to make that more of a reality for yourself? Maybe that's just really testing the marketplace, or maybe that's taking Friday nights and instead of going out to happy hour with your friends, actually working on the business. I know I did that way back in 2002, 3, 4. I really worked hard and I missed many Friday nights, and people thought I was out doing something crazy, but really I was actually working and honing my craft as a coach and actually honing my craft as a business leader. So I invite you to do the same. Of course, also, what I want you to do is go to authorofyourownstory.com. Get on the email list. This way you're getting the tips and tricks delivered right to your inbox each and every day so you don't miss out. And I want you to do the work. It's easy for us just to listen to these tips and take the insights and go, okay, that's a good idea, Doug. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, or I'll do it later. No big deal. But you don't do the work. Then you just become a digester of content, right? That is one of the worst things you can do because you have the knowledge, but you're not executing. And knowledge isn't power, but it's the execution of knowledge that's power, and I want that for you. I will see you tomorrow. As always, go out and inspire somebody by simply being the author of your own story. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below, and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these Daily Growth Hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.